is full of firsts.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Many of those firsts shaped our way of life. For 70 years, KPRC Channel 2 has been proud to be pioneers in shaping television and Houston history.
In a state the size of Texas, everyone can enjoy.
Calls in the storms Thursday. Minutes before 9 o'clock, the crew's here telling them.
This is the first time in a long they haven't let it. Send us some of your pick.
Isn't it good to work for a place that has a sense of history? And indeed it is.
See, taking the president from Spring to College Station following.
If you have something you'd like Channel 2 Investigates to check out, call the tip line at 713-223-TIPS or email investigates@click2houston.com. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Midday.
Two drivers killed in a horrific crash. One of the victims, a local gospel singer. The investigation now underway, and how a cement truck could be to blame.
A massive fire caught on camera, dozens of firefighters battling those flames. How one of them became trapped underneath that burning building.
Fighting for answers, members of a local community, just the latest victims in a cancer cluster. What they say needs to happen. But first, developing right now, two people killed in a devastating crash. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Sirota.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. Now we have just learned that one of the people who died in that crash was gospel singer LaTonya Earl. That crash happened at about 5:30 this morning on Old Humble Road in Bender in northeast Harris County. Channel 2's Vincent Crivelli joins us now live from right near the scene with more on exactly how this crash happened. Vincent.
Tanaya, Andy, good morning. Sheriff Ed Gonzalez called this the perfect storm. Let me show you guys what happened. Concrete spilled across the entire roadway here. Then one driver hit the wet concrete, spun out across the median, and crashed head-on with gospel singer and mother of three, LaTonya Earl. Gonzalez says she probably never saw it coming. A tragic and horrific crash, car parts scattered across the road. The metal mangled on two vehicles. Both drivers passed away. And this white SUV, LaTonya Earl, a married mother of three, according to her Twitter profile. Earl is a gospel singer well known in the Baptist community.
But our condolences go out to both families, very tragic situation.
The cause, a freak accident, something Sheriff Ed Gonzalez has never seen before.
Perfect storm, literally.
Gonzalez says a Lattimore Materials Company truck driver left their facility, drove about 50 yards, and realized something was very wrong.
Started spilling some of that concrete, started hearing the churning happening.
Investigators say while spilling concrete, the truck driver made a U-turn to go back to the facility. Then the man in the red sedan drove into the wet concrete and spun out.
Hit the median's wet as well. It just kind of created almost like you're probably on ice.
And the red car went into oncoming traffic, then the deadly head-on collision where one man and Earl lost their lives. And authorities have been cleaning up this roadway for the past couple hours. They hope to open up the road back up around noon. However, the investigation to this deadly crash continues. Reporting live in Humble, Vincent Crivelli, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Vincent. New at midday, neighbors in Kashmir Gardens in 5th Ward not giving up on their fight to get answers about the cancer cluster. They attended a march earlier this morning at the Northeast Houston rail yard. Residents say they believe creosote, which is used to treat rail ties, is to blame for the higher than normal incidence of cancer in their community. According to the EPA, creosote is known to cause cancer. Concerned neighbors say they want Union Pacific to clean that area up.
We just want them to rectify the problem.
We are still for getting any kind of conversation.
Union Pacific rejects the claim its Liberty Road site is to blame for that cancer cluster.
The sun is shining bright and things are slowly beginning to warm up out there just in time for the weekend.
Yeah, slowly. Lots of people might have nice plans outside for the Valentine's Day holiday.
Yeah, jackets are necessary today, but still sunny skies. If you turn the right way, you get that sun.
Feels so good.
Yeah, it's going to be great out there. Look outside. Here's a Southwest Freeway shot looking down towards Sugar Land in the Beltway 8 area. Temperatures have warmed up. We were 37 this morning for a low. 50s now, 51, 52 at Bush and Katy. Hobby, 51. Galveston at 50. So after our cold start, we're going to have a beautiful sunny afternoon. We'll be in the upper 50s before it's all said and done today. And this weekend, it's going to be really nice as well. Increasing clouds, warming into the 70s eventually by the time we get to Sunday. Here are the temperatures as we speak right now. 50 in Columbus, still a couple of 40s in the Brenham and Huntsville, Conroe and Cleveland areas, and Liberty, you're there 48 as well. And the winds continue to be out of the northeast, not really brisk, but still 13, 16 miles an hour. So enough to make you go, ooh, it's a little bit cool. So wear that jacket, if you will. Exact track radar, look at that. Clear skies for the state, clear skies for us as well. We'll see that throughout the afternoon as our temperatures gradually go up to about 58 to 60 degrees throughout the region. Here's a look at your 10-day forecast then. 58 to 66 to 72. We start to see some changes coming here. We'll talk about what those changes will be as we get to this really, let's focus on this, shall we? President's weekend, 70s, and only a slight chance of rain. That's a pretty good forecast. We'll have more of that 10-day forecast coming up. Andy?
All right, Cambrell, thanks so much. It is back to business for the Houston Astros with the sign-stealing scandal behind them. They have their eyes set on the upcoming season. Right now, they are in Florida for spring training. That's where we find Channel 2 Sports Director Randy McElvoy. He's joining us now live from West Palm Beach. Hey there, Randy.
Hey, Andy, how are you? Yeah, you just mentioned it. It is back to baseball. We all know what was this topic yesterday. The Astros speaking for the first time on the sign-stealing scandal. They feel like they said what they wanted to say during the press conference and inside the clubhouse as well. And frankly, they're ready to move forward despite all the national criticism that's coming their way from players throughout Major League Baseball and other folks kind of ripping what they said and how they said it yesterday. The Astros feel like they did what they needed to do as a team, and now it's back to baseball. As you mentioned, a new season's going to be here before we know it. Very early, of course, in spring training. This is just the second official day, and pitchers and catchers just wrapped up a session here in the bullpen. There's a couple of guys out on one of the side fields as well getting in their work. Most of the veteran guys are not here working out. Some of them are in town, but Jose Altuve was around a little bit today. He spoke, and one of the things we talked to Jose about is settling in now because of the changes in the recent month or so. Of course, the firing of Jeff Luhnow and A.J. Hinch. He's got a new manager to get to know, and Dusty Baker. We asked Jose about the transition from Hinch to Baker. Here's what he had to say.
You know, I like playing for A.J. Now I got to play for Dusty. I'm pretty sure I'm going to love playing for him, and, you know, like I said, we're here and we're ready.
What did you know about Dusty when he got hired? I guess he's been around managing. You probably knew a little bit.
Yeah, he got a long career in baseball. He got good reputation, having a good relationship with players, and, you know, I'm looking forward to play with him.
Again, Jose Altuve talking about an hour or so ago inside the clubhouse on the new skipper, Dusty Baker. Watching Baker, Andy, do his work out here on the field. And he told us during his session with the media today, he's still getting to know all these players, learning names, learning numbers, as he gets used to what they can bring to the table. He's relying, of course, on his coaching staff to help him, especially with the pitchers and pitching coach Brent Strom to brief him on the progress of all the guys, the starters and relievers. One news item today to pass along regarding the pitching staff. Zach Greinke is not here in spring training. He's not reported, but he's not required to be here. If you look at all the rules and regulations out there until the 22nd of this month, and he's informed the Astros and Baker he will be here on the 22nd. He's putting in the work, and he'll be good to go when he arrives here in West Palm Beach. We've got much more coming up at noon, and of course at later today, 5 and 6 o'clock on the Astros, we'll catch up with Lance McCullers coming back from Tommy John surgery, looking to make a big comeback in 2020. We'll have that for you coming up later today. Live in West Palm Beach with the Astros, Randy McIlvoy, KPRC Channel 2 Sports.
Thank you, Randy. Turning now to the latest in the coronavirus, the top Olympic official has made it clear that the 2020 Games in Tokyo will not be canceled despite the virus spreading in China. The International Olympic Committee member who heads the regular inspection visits in Tokyo gave that update. He received reports on the virus from the Japanese government, and he is sure that all necessary precautions are being taken. He says he's confident the Games will go on.
We'll be able to ensure, obviously, that the athletes go ahead, that the games go ahead, but they go ahead in a way that's safe for the athletes and the spectators.
Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to take a look at the number of cases in China as well as here in the U.S. A mother is outraged this midday over the treatment of her daughter with special needs.
What a school district is accused of doing and why her family is now seeking legal action.
Plus, NASA is laying out a new mission in the future of space, the planet they hope to explore next.
You're watching Channel 2, Houston's home for news.
There are now 15 cases of the novel coronavirus here in the U.S., the latest confirmed right here in Texas.
Yeah, the patient is among a group of people under federal quarantine at San Antonio's Lackland Air Force Base. Janice Mackey-Freyer reports on how health officials are trying to stop the spread from China.
Authorities here in Japan are scrambling to deal with the outbreak as the country has confirmed its first death from the virus. Now, their main concern, of course, is here. There were some people who were allowed to come off the Diamond Princess today to finish their quarantine on shore. These are mainly older people who have pre-existing conditions. Many others, of course, are still slogging through isolation. But there is a growing concern among people who have been confined to their cabins. They feel that it may be only a matter of time before more people get sick. The number of cases that are confirmed in China keeps edging higher. Another 5,000 being added today, most of them in Hubei province, where there's a dragnet of sorts to try to round up people who are suspected of having symptoms. So there is this all-out effort on the part of Chinese authorities to try to contain the virus. What it means for authorities here is added scrutiny with the Olympics set to be staged in Tokyo this summer. IOC officials today said that the games are still a go.
There's no case for any contingency plans of cancelling the games or moving the games.
That other cruise ship, the MS Westerdam, that was rejected by 5 countries over fears of coronavirus, it finally docked in Cambodia. It stayed out at sea for a full 2 weeks. More than 1,500 passengers were allowed to disembark today, and they appeared very happy to see land. Janice Mackey-Freyer, NBC News, Yokohama, Japan.
The man accused of shooting 2 New York City police officers is due back in court today. Robert Williams faces 27 counts of attempted murder. The 47-year-old is accused of ambushing one officer who was sitting in a patrol van and then later going inside of a police station, and that's when he started shooting. The 2 officers who were shot were treated and released from the hospital. Williams is now being held without bail.
Today marks 2 years since the shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. 17 people were killed when a former student opened fire. Nicholas Cruz confessed to the crime and faces the death penalty if convicted. Many of the students who survived have become gun control advocates. Florida's governor has ordered all flags to be flown at half-staff today in remembrance of the victims.
A Florida mother is now seeking legal action after she says that her 6-year-old daughter with special needs was taken from a school to a mental health facility. This all happened last week and was caught on police body camera, as you can see. In it, you can see Nadia leaving the elementary school after officials say that she was having an uncontrollable tantrum while in class. But officers say she was actually calm when she was taken to the patrol car.
she's been actually very pleasant. Right? Very pleasant.
I think it's more of them just not wanting to deal with it.
Yeah, that's why I said I think they're pushing the button, because when I got there, she's been so cooperative with me and talking, sat down, did everything.
Nadia's mother says the school never called before she was taken to that mental hospital. The family's attorney says they plan to file a civil lawsuit. The school district has not yet commented. Well, a shirtless, barefoot man steals a running snowplow, and of course, this was all caught on camera. You've got to see this right here. There he goes. The man jumped inside of the snowplow that was parked right near an apartment complex in Shelby Township, Michigan. Police say the 18-year-old had just been kicked out of his girlfriend's car, and he needed a getaway. But little did he know that snowplow has a dash cam in it. You can see it there, and a GPS tracker. The owner called police, and that's when he was eventually arrested.
NASA has picked 4 new mission proposals to study our solar system. One of the targets is Venus. The Da Vinci Plus proposal aims to analyze Venus's atmosphere for clues as to how it formed and evolved, and whether it ever had an ocean. The Veritas proposal will map its surface to figure out why it developed so differently than the Earth. Final selections will be made next year.
Pretty cool. Always exploring out there.
So a lot of folks are thinking, hey, it's Valentine's Day. You know, is it going to be one of those evenings where we can have dinner out on the patio? Maybe so, Cambrell, if they've got those heaters cranked.
Yes.
And a sweatshirt.
Those heaters that are around and give you light, you're going to need those tonight. But beautiful day, clear skies, and all that kind of stuff on Valentine's Day. Our Click 2 Pins family, we got a guy who's really showing off.
Look at that.
Frank Jacobus, he said the Bay City, she holds our family together with her care, work, and love, loving you, my wife, for 37 years. Look at that spread.
That is nice.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that is gorgeous.
That is amazing. So we look at that and say, hey, Frank, you got it going on, brother.
He does.
That's great. Look outside our window here at our Kaplan Sinus Relief camera shot here looking at downtown. 51 degrees, east-northeast winds at 8 miles per hour. We'll continue to see those winds from that direction. And look at Galveston. Oh, man, that looks really inviting. And this is the first weekend of Mardi Gras, so lots going on down there. 50 degrees, northeast winds at 13 miles per hour throughout the area. Still have some upper 40s in Huntsville and Conroe and Cleveland. There's a upper 40s, 52 in Sugar Land, 50 in Galveston. Everybody's got those wind speeds, 13 miles an hour at Bush and in Galveston as well, 16 in Angleton. That's going to be from the northeast and will be turning more from the east later on, but it's going to take a little gradual turn before it does that because high pressure is well up to the north, and that's the flow around that. That's why we have the northeast. That high is going to continue to move to the east, and as it does so, that's when we'll have the winds from the east. No other surface features really for us to contend with. We look what's going to be going on for the next several days here. Futurecast model, not much going on. Slight chance on Sunday morning, very slight chance, and then it moves on out of here. So there's you'll see in the 10-day, you'll see that. And then Sunday, the rest of Sunday, not bad at all. Monday, chance for showers. Tuesday, chance for showers. How about Wednesday? Let's take a look at Wednesday. Oh, chance for showers. You get the picture? Yeah, this is the trend pretty much all week long. Look at Thursday. Wintry precipitation up northwest of Austin. That's Thursday. Friday, this is a European model, but it has rain each and every day until we get to next weekend, where it's going to be just fabulous. Get out and enjoy. Here's Exact Track Radar. Not much going on. We like it when it's like that. Hour-by-hour forecast. 58 degrees going to be our high. Around 2 to 4 o'clock today. We'll see that. Notice mostly clear skies throughout the whole trend of that. Here's a look at the 10-day forecast in 58 to 66 to 72. So we warm up to near 78 degrees when we get that rain coming in. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that flow from the Gulf helps us get those rain chances up. But those slight rain chances. I showed you rain on Monday as well. But there's slight rain chances. Sunday, Monday. Start seeing increase going into the middle of next week where those rain chances could be elevated. We'll be fine-tuning the forecast for you. We got Mardi Gras this weekend. We got the Roughnecks. We got President's Day and then Mardi Gras next weekend as well.
A lot to keep us busy.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Cambrell, thanks so much.
Busy time. Well, Uber is trying to make it easier for customers to hail a ride. The new feature it's testing that does not use an app.
It's something more magical, I think, than just what the phone can do.
Connecting to love. Some people may be far apart this Valentine's Day. How some devices are helping those people feel closer together.
Nachos.
In consumer news, Uber is testing an old-fashioned way to book a ride for its business in Arizona. The ride-hailing company is testing a toll-free number so you can book one of their vehicles. In Arizona, passengers can call an 800 number to reach an Uber contractor. That contractor will then book a ride on the app and give the caller a price quote. Uber will then send the driver details like the expected arrival times and even receipts. Uber says the service is intended for people who might not own a smartphone or don't have access to its app.
Valentine's Day is going to the dogs. Americans are expected to spend nearly $2 billion on their pets this year. That's up 17% from what they spent just a decade ago. The National Retail Federation says 1 in 4 people buy gifts for their pets. Almost half admit they cuddle with their dog more than their significant other. I'm not really surprised by that.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Okay, if you're not too close to your special someone today, don't worry. There are ways that you can connect.
That's right. Liz McLaughlin takes a look at some devices that help couples who are in long-distance relationships.
Millions of Valentine's Day cards are changing hands today. But for long-distance love, there's a new way to stay in touch.
This is just a more unique way to really use technology, but have it have a more human touch.
Gift sites like Uncommon Goods are seeing a surge in the popularity of connected devices, including the Love Box, with a heart that spins when a message is sent to the box.
It's something more magical, I think, than just what the phone can do.
Connected friendship lights are another trending product with a growing number of options on the market.
These are friendship lamps from Brookstone. They come with a companion app. You have one and give another to your friend or loved one. Then you can use the app to change the color of their lamp so they know you're thinking of them, whether they're in your neighborhood or across the country.
Or try a connected wearable like Bond Touch bracelets. When it's touched, the paired bracelet will light up and vibrate.
People are saying that they love the opportunity to tell someone they're thinking about them without necessarily having to use words.
Go a step further with Pillow Talk, a wrist monitor that sends a real-time heartbeat to a speaker that goes under your partner's pillow. Or share a smooch through robot lips with the Kissinger. Tech to keep you feeling close to your loved ones, even when you're not. Liz McLaughlin, NBC News.
A massive fire breaks out in Dallas, and we know at least one firefighter is hurt.
How he managed to crawl out from under the burning building.
I'm health reporter Haley Hernandez. Good posture means increased lung capacity, fewer headaches, neck pain, and you'll be more attractive to others. We tested 3 devices that might help you stand up straight coming up.
Now here's Channel 2's Robert Arnold with a story that you'll see all new tonight at 10.
There's a big change in these car break-ins.
And police say you're just making it too easy for the criminals.
That's really putting a neon flashing light on your vehicle.
Channel 2 Investigates looked at thousands of cases of guns stolen from cars.
It's fueling the urban violence in our city.
What crooks look for, which parts of town are getting hit, even what time of day. We're breaking it all down.
These guys have shifted.
Police say there are several things you can do to make yourself less of a target. We'll explain tonight at 10 on KPRC. Channel 2 News.
6. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Midday.
Good morning. Tonight, Andy here with a look at some of our top stories on this Friday. A crash in Northeast Harris County kills a man and a beloved local gospel singer.
Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez says this happened after a truck spilled a concrete mix onto the road. Investigators tell us a man drove over the mix on Old Humble and Bender. This caused his car to jump a median, cross into oncoming traffic, and then slam into a woman's SUV, killing them both. That woman has been identified as LaTanya Earl, a gospel singer who was well known in our community.
All right, we'll take a close look at this video. Police say they are looking for the man who was caught on camera snatching a woman's cell phone right from her pocket. This happened in Southwest Houston. Happened back in December while that woman was walking home from school on Cook Road near Bel Air. The thief then ran across the street and got away. If you know who this is, you're asked to give Houston police a call.
In Harvey Weinstein's trial, prosecutors will begin their closing arguments today. They want to focus the jury's attention on the accusers who testified against Weinstein. The 67-year-old is accused of raping a woman in a Manhattan hotel room in 2013 and sexually assaulting another woman in 2006. Weinstein denies the charges and says any contact was consensual.
An out-of-control fire injures at least one firefighter in Dallas. Authorities say he was underneath a burning building when it collapsed. Now, this video was posted to Twitter showing crews battling that fire at a vacant business. The firefighter was able to crawl through the fire to a grassy area that was just a few feet away. We are told he is expected to be okay. His name has not yet been released. No one else was injured. Police are investigating after a man fell to his death from the 13th floor of a parking garage in downtown Houston. This happened right near Fannin and Rusk around midnight. Detectives say witnesses reported hearing a man scream, "Help me," right before he fell. Police say they do not believe anyone else was in the garage at the time of that incident. They are investigating to find out exactly what led up to that fall.
A dog involved in a tragic case of animal hoarding out of Spring will soon be reunited with its rightful owner. 3-year-old Wrangler, a Great Pyrenees, was among several animals rescued back in January. When the SPCA staff checked him for a microchip, he came back with a match. His owner, a U.S. Air Force airman, now lives in Washington State and was so excited when he heard Wrangler had been found. Wrangler left Bush Airport early this morning, and the two will be reunited this afternoon.
That is so amazing.
I know, and Cambrell's all smiles over there. I was watching him out of the corner of my eye. He loves these stories.
Who doesn't love this kind of story? Oh, or this?
You got to. You got to. It's beautiful. And speaking of beautiful and cute, look at this guy. Happy Valentine's Day. Marie sent him. He's dapper. I've seen him in all kind of suits, but he's definitely looking for his Valentine today. And also, you look out this morning, man, look at Galveston. Beautiful start to your day if you're planning on getting out to the island. Lots going on there. Here's East Beach. That's another beautiful shot as well. Green, everybody's out there having a little good time out there, but it's a little breezy right now. 52 in Galveston, low 50s all the way across the board, across where everybody is. 52 degrees with east-northeast winds at 13 miles per hour. Small craft advisory out 20 miles and beyond, so if you're going to take a boat out, you should be aware of that. Seas 3 to 4 feet, not the best kind of day for that. The bay's a light chop. Low tides at 2:28 later on this afternoon. Going to be about 58 degrees with 59-degree water temperature. Hour by hour, we're going to stay in these mid to upper 50s throughout, but that's not the story. The story is Mardi Gras starts this weekend. Temperatures 58 to 64 today and tomorrow. And look at Sunday. That very early slight rain chance when they're like right around midnight or so, and then we clear it on out of there. Going to be 68 degrees. A lot of us are going to be even warmer than that. We'll talk about that in our 10-day forecast just ahead. Tonight.
All right, thank you, Cambrell. Power outages can happen at any time for a variety of reasons, like weather or even a car crashing into a utility pole. In fact, there was an outage on Galveston Island yesterday that left a few thousand customers without electricity.
But what if the outage was a lot bigger? And what if it happened on purpose? Channel 2 Investigates continues a special series on cyber threats facing the Houston area.
Channel 2 investigator Joel Eisenbaum shows us how a major attack on our power grid could knock us back into the dark ages.
Brittany Sawyer is busy.
When my husband goes to work, I stay home and take care of everything around here. Try a new list today.
That includes her 3 kids who she homeschools. So Brittany doesn't have time for power problems.
A lot of great curriculum uses either computer or TV or DVD based, and it would be very crippling to not be able to do that. So when we lose power, there's not a ton that we can do.
Living in Houston, you expect sporadic power outages from time to time, especially during severe weather. They're usually nothing more than a nuisance, with power restored in a couple of hours. More widespread power outages, like those we see during hurricanes, are more problematic, lasting for days. A successful cyber attack on Houston's power grid could be much worse.
Our general mission is to be able to come in and help our community respond and recover from events, cyber attacks included.
Channel 2 Investigates found there are thousands of cyber attacks against critical infrastructure like power grids every day in Houston and in cities across the country. Most of them are not wide-scale attacks designed to shut down entire systems. But Francisco Sanchez's team at the Office of Emergency Management still prepares for a worst-case scenario.
It could be very serious if technology to the Office of Emergency Management or any partners like transportation were impacted. But our job is to be paranoid.
In the summer of 2003, a massive blackout crippled New York City's transit system for days. Turns out it wasn't a cyber attack. It was a bug, but a big one. No subways, no traffic lights. People jammed the streets trying to get home any way they could. Thousands were forced back to the basics, on foot. A successful attack on our power grid could cause chaos on our already traffic-choked streets. Ground airplanes, shut down the port, and render light rail useless. But that chaos may be a secondary concern.
We would want to check on nursing homes, hospitals, more challenging, those people in the community who rely on medical equipment that needs to have power. And so our response would be geared towards making sure that life safety was our first mission.
The Electric Reliability Council of Texas, or ERCOT, provides power to 90% of the state, more than 25 million people.
ERCOT prepares year-round for any type of threat to the electric system.
It's our first line of defense.
We have highly trained cybersecurity staff that are continually monitoring the electric system to help us safeguard against any threats.
ERCOT uses a 5-function framework to guard against cyber threats: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. And while the experts say a massive grid-killing attack is not very likely, the threat still makes Brittany Sawyer think.
What do we use electricity for? And it really is a lot.
Last year, Texas lawmakers passed a few bills to pump up protection. One creates a grid security council. The other establishes a cybersecurity monitor. Now, next Thursday night at 10, we're going to take a look at how an attack on our banking and finance industry could also impact us. Joel Eisenbaum, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Joel. Well, showing the love, it is not too late to buy something special for your significant other.
No, it's not. Of course not. Coming up, we take a look at some local treats that could make the perfect gift.
They look delicious. And Rihanna's lingerie line catching a lot of heat from a consumer watchdog group. How it says customers are actually being tricked into paying for stuff they might not even want. Welcome back. Well, today is all about love and romance. We have been exchanging cards and gifts for Valentine's Day since the Renaissance, from balloons, chocolates, jewelry, and even roses. And it's not too late to show that special someone just how much you love them. So today, we are taking a look at some delicious treats that you can actually buy for them. Joining me now this midday is executive pastry chef Rakesh Nayak of Common Bond Bistro and Bakery with some amazing treats. So thanks for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about Common Bond. Well, first you're going to start making something.
Yes.
And then you can tell us a little bit about
Common Bond Bistro and Bakery, we have 3 locations, Montrose, Medical Center, and Heights. And we serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner with beautiful pastries in there.
Always.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what you're going to be making.
So I'm glazing a dark chocolate mousse, which has a rhubarb jelly insert in it.
Okay.
And I'm glazing with white chocolate red glaze.
Perfect for Valentine's Day with the red.
Absolutely. And then I'll place this beautiful pastry onto my strawberry vanilla cake tart.
So, and these got to be pretty popular because they're gorgeous.
It is.
So how long have you been a pastry chef?
It's been quite a while. 17 years for now.
17 years,
Yeah.
Wow. And you guys make all sorts of pastries, so you don't just have to go there on Valentine's Day. You have so many other pastries
We
there.
have tons of pastries there, yeah.
I've had several of them. Okay, so what are you putting this on now?
So this is a vanilla tart with a strawberry whipped ganache.
Wow.
And then
it just sounds fancy.
Yes. So now what we will do is we will have this pearls.
Okay.
And we'll start decorating pearls on the sides.
To just
so
bump
pearls,
it up a notch?
Right. It's like having a necklace to the pearls.
And so many people just like desserts like these. They just kind of put it over the top because they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite one?
You know, my favorite one actually is just right there. It's a chocolate, passion, and strawberry and pistachio entremets.
So how long does it take you guys to create these or come up with these ideas?
So, you know, to be honest, it's a process of creating a flavor first, and then trying several times and making sure all our customers in all 3 locations, they like it. So it takes pretty I will say probably a week.
Okay.
To come up with total finishing products.
Package.
Yes.
And you guys have 3 locations right now, but you're going to open some more soon.
We are opening 2 more locations, one in Springwoods Village and another one in downtown. So downtown will be a full-service restaurant, which will be served full bar, all the setups and
everything.
Yes.
All right. So what is this now?
And this is
gold.
This is a gold. We dip this right here, then we turn around.
Beautiful.
And we
finish it off with that. Oh, is that the top?
Yes.
And what is that edible?
It's a chocolate piece with gold dust, and that's our finished product.
And it's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you have all of these desserts available for people to go and check them out.
Yes, in all 3 locations.
And I'm sure you guys have been really busy with it in Valentine's Day.
Very busy, yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for joining us. I can't wait to sample these.
Sure.
So we're going to go back to Andy now, and I'm going to taste the stuff.
Oh my gosh, they look fantastic. Save me some, would you?
I'll try.
All right, taking a look at some entertainment news this morning. A consumer watchdog group is accusing pop star Rihanna's lingerie line of defrauding customers. The organization, Truth in Advertising, filed complaints with the Federal Trade Commission and California's district attorney. It says Savage X Fenty customers were unwillingly enrolled in a membership program that costs $50 per month and does nothing to give discounts. Savage X Fenty says it complies with all consumer protection laws. Award-winning British rapper Stormzy has postponed his upcoming shows in Asia due to the novel coronavirus outbreak. He made the announcement yesterday on Twitter. Stormzy was supposed to bring his Heavy is the Head tour to Malaysia, Singapore, Japan, China, and South Korea at the end of March. He says rescheduled dates will be announced soon. NBC's Sunday Night has a new look starting this week. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist returns for its 2nd episode and takes over the 8 p.m. time slot.
That's right, and it's going to lead into the return of Good Girls. That starts at 9. Now, that show wrapped up last season with the charismatic villain Rio apparently meeting his demise. So that frees up the trio of suburban moms to make a break from their criminal activities. But it turns out it's easier said than done.
These women are in over their heads. They're so deep now. I don't know how they could ever come back, but I think that's the thing, is that they teeter on the idea that they could. They always feel like, oh, we're just around the corner from just being normal moms.
Good Girls returns for the start of the season 3 on Sunday night at 9, right after Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
It is Valentine's Day, and Hollywood is feeling the love. New movies in theaters this week depict relationships in several ways, including a traditional courtship, a marriage headed downhill, and a fantasy that turns into a nightmare. Raphael Seth has a look in the box office preview.
So, what's your fantasy?
Revenge on a childhood bully.
Be careful what you wish for in Fantasy Island. This film offers a more sinister take of the 1970s TV show. Michael Pena plays the enigmatic owner of a tropical resort, a paradise that includes late-night raves, wish fulfillment, and a dose of revenge. But the price could be your soul. Fantasy Island is rated PG-13.
5 seconds to tell me where it is.
Jim Carrey is a pet detective in Sonic the Hedgehog. He plays the evil Dr. Robotnik in this video game adaptation. A supercharged space rodent comes to Earth to escape the haters, but he'll need help from X-Man James Marsden to avoid Carrey's conniving clutches. Sonic is rated PG.
How could I run away in ski boots? What?
Will Ferrell finds himself on a slippery slope in Downhill. He pairs with comedy legend Julia Louis-Dreyfus for a vacation in the Alps, but when an avalanche threatens to engulf their family, Ferrell runs away, leaving his loved ones questioning their loyalties after they survive. Downhill is rated R.
So I kept running back in my mind how you might respond to me asking you for a drink.
Lakeith Stanfield makes his move in The Photograph. The Knives Out star plays a journalist writing a story about a famous photographer. Insecure star Issa Rae is that Shutterbug's daughter, long estranged from her mother's life, but about to discover a new love and an old secret after her passing. The Photograph is rated PG-13. That's the box office preview. Raphael Seth, NBC News.
Meteorologist Canberra Marshall joining us now. Boy, those desserts, huh?
No. You know what? How's a guy going to lose weight with that kind of stuff?
I made them for you.
That's going to be awful. I know you said on holidays the calories don't count.
Exactly.
Yeah, that didn't mean it. Hey, Click 2 pens, we love this. Teddy and Timmy.
Oh, my goodness.
Teddy and Timmy saying Happy Valentine's. They love it, as we love them. Thank you, Cindy J, for sending that in. Outside the Channel 2 studios, got a little problem there as you're trying to get on the Southwest Freeway down there by the Crown Plaza. Temperatures are around the area, 52 degrees, northeast winds at about 10 miles per hour. You notice that's going to be in place throughout the day. Here are the temps still, those upper 40s in Brenham, Huntsville, and Conroe. Up in the 50s now in Liberty, but it's going to be chilly because of those northeast winds that are in play, and those northeast winds aren't going anywhere throughout the day. They'll be northeast, and then they'll go gradually to the east at some point. But for right now, we got northeast, and it's going to be on the chilly side. 13 miles an hour in Galveston, 16 miles per hour in Lake Jackson. You look at the big picture here, high pressure to the north of us is why we have that wind from the northeast. The front that we had came through, that's way off to our east. It's not going to be an issue for us. But over the next couple of days, here's what's going to be going on. Going into Saturday, we start to see a little bit more from the east, a little return flow. Temperatures go up a little bit from the upper 50s to the mid 60s tomorrow. Then even warmer going into Sunday, and very early Sunday morning, a little area of low pressure will develop, give us a chance for some showers there very early in the morning on Sunday, but then it moves on out. You'll notice going into Monday and Tuesday, by 2 a.m. on Monday, nothing going on, but there are some showers as we get that warm flow going on. By Monday, 5 o'clock, we'll have some showers there. Same thing on Tuesday. Don't see anything Tuesday morning, but Tuesday afternoon, showers as another front slides on through with some cooler air on the back side of that, but not before we get our temperatures quite warm. Here's the Wednesday afternoon, showers there as well, and we'll see that same trend going into Friday too. Here's a look at the afternoon temperatures we expect going forward here from mid 60s to the mid 70s by the time we get to Monday and Tuesday. Starting to go back down as we go into that Wednesday. We saw that cooler air coming in will be settling back in the mid 60s for our upper temperatures. Exact track radar is quiet. Much drier air in the upper levels of the atmosphere will keep us on the dry side going through this weekend, going up to about 58 degrees at 4 o'clock. You look at the 10-day forecast, you notice that today and tomorrow our temperatures upper 50s to the mid 60s. Wonderful conditions going on. Sunday, very early in the morning, there'll be some shower activity, maybe most of that along the coast. If you're north of Interstate 10, you won't see anything. Going into Monday and Tuesday, temperatures go up, temperatures go back down toward the end of the week, with those rain chances sticking around pretty much every day until you get to next weekend, another weekend of Mardi Gras activities. Whatever you do, get on out and enjoy this wonderful Valentine's night. A great weekend ahead. We'll be back after this break.
If you suffer from bad posture, you're not alone. You may have seen ads on social media for posture correctors. They're devices that you wear to remind you to stand up straight. Health reporter Haley Hernandez got a little help from Channel 2's Owen Conflenti on how these devices actually work.
I talked to our main morning anchor, Owen Conflenti, about the pros and cons of 3 devices to correct your posture. You might have noticed he was wearing some on TV.
I don't read instructions. Blah, blah, blah. How do we put it on?
Main morning anchor Owen Conflenti doesn't have time to mess with these contraptions. He just wants results fast, and we know you do too. So he agreed to test popular posture correctors: the American Posture Corrector, the FlexGuard Sport, and the Upright Go.
Haley, I'm already confused.
First up, the Posture Corrector. This one is supposed to be the best for your wallet at just $19.95 and supposed to make slouching so uncomfortable you're forced to stand up straight. But this one barely makes it out of the box because Owen says it's too uncomfortable.
Comes with this awesome polyester bag to hold this piece of garbage. I don't know. I don't like it. Honestly, I'm not even going to use it.
Next, the FlexGuard Sport for about $28. It's been reviewed as beneficial for people with lower back pain and improves your posture.
Look, I'm going to feel so good.
This is him wearing it on the desk last week under clothing. He says the FlexGuard Sport was good for a short period.
It was kind of uncomfortable, but I definitely felt it keeping me upright. It was just super distracting.
And finally,
sit up straight.
Nagging has gone high tech. With this $80 device called Upright Go, here's how it works. Remove the adhesive, stick between your shoulders, set up this phone app, and the device vibrates if you're dropping your shoulders for more than 5 seconds.
Ooh, there it goes.
Upright Go was Owen's favorite. Is actually on sale right now at Best Buy. I'm health reporter Haley Hernandez, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Looking for love, a 47-year-old man not giving up on finding his happy ending. The extraordinary lengths he's going through to find Mrs. Right.